Alright, Shalom. This is the brother Shamar. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Give honors to our apostles and elders. And Shalom to the Akim out there preaching his word in truth and sincerity. So this video is pretty much going to be on really just examining yourself and seeking counsel, which is two things that are very important when you are in this truth. Because when you examine yourself, you have to prove yourself, right? Like the scriptures in 2 Corinthians chapter 13 I'm going to go into. And on top of examining yourself, as well as doing that, you need to seek counsel as well from the Akim and the truth. Because even though you may, you're examining yourself and all, but there may be things that you don't see that the next brother does see from a different point of view, because you're looking at it from one way and he's looking at it from another way. Because, like, for example, if you're a UFC fighter, when you're in a fight, you only see the guy that's right in front of you. But then the people that's watching, they're outside, so they see you, they see your opponent, they see where you're lacking at, they see where he's lacking, and they can tell you way more than what you could tell yourself. So these things are very important. Alright. So I'm going to start off with this in 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Alright. And examine is testing yourself, man. You got the word examine is basically, it means to prove yourself. Alright. And you got to do that daily, constantly in this truth. Always questioning yourself. Making sure you're doing what you need to do. Alright. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shai is in you, except ye be reprobates. Yeah, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with the brothers that are sincere in this truth, lest ye be reprobates. And a reprobate is someone lacking judgment, man. Because that judgment is like, discernment is very important, man. You have to use discernment a lot in this truth, man. You have to discern right from wrong. You have to discern what's good or bad for you. You have to discern when you need to fall back from doing something. There's a lot of things that you have to discern when you are in this truth, and that comes with knowing yourself. Because at the end of the day, brothers that kick it with you and be around you, yeah, we see you all the time. We're, brothers interact all the time and whatnot. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're not you. We don't know, necessarily, specifically everything as much as you would know about yourself, basically. So you gotta discern what you need and what you don't need. Alright? And next one scripture I'm gonna hit is in Sirach chapter 37 verse 16, and it says, let reason go before every enterprise, and counsel before every action. So you're supposed to use, I was gonna go on the word reason in the etymology, and it says intellectual faculty that adopts actions to ends, statement in an argument, statement of explanation or justification. From the old French raison, which is course or matter, subject, language, speech, thought, opinion. From Latin rationem, which is reckoning, understanding, motive, or cause. From ratus, past participle re, which is to reckon or to think, to reason or to count. And the main thing I seen right here, this is the main point I wanted right here, that it says meaning, meaning sanity or degree of intelligence that distinguishes men from brutes. Alright? So reason is what distinguishes us from brute beasts. Basically, like the scriptures refer to men as brute beasts. What separates us from them is using reason before we do anything. All right, you gotta actually sit back and think. Be in the spirit, basically. All right, use reason. Because if you're not using reason, what are you doing? You're being a brute beast, basically. Because if you're not thinking about your actions, you're just doing whatever. All right, that's what niggas do in the world, man. They don't consider the end of it, they don't consider what may happen based off of what you're about to do or what they're about to do. They just do it and then worry about the consequences later. And that's what a brute beast would do. But a man of understanding and wisdom, he uses reason before his actions. And counsel before every action. Alright? And what is that counsel going to do for you? That's going to make sure you're doing the right thing. Because you may feel that you may feel that something is cool, like, alright, I want to do this. It's not going off according to the scriptures per se, but it may not be the best thing for you, whatever that may be. So then when you get counsel from another brother, you might tell, like, yeah, man, I'm like, well, for me, for example, if I'm thinking about doing something, I'll hit a bro up and be like, yeah, I was thinking about like whatever it may be, like, I was looking at this car or that car, and I was thinking about going this way about it or that way about it. And I'll just hit a bro up who's more so that's his lane, so to speak, as far as dealing with the finances and knowing how to, like, go about doing stuff like that when it comes to credit and all. So I'll hit him up and say, is this the right way to go about it? Just to make sure that I'm going the right way. And then that brother, he'll either say, yeah, that's cool, do that, do this. Or he'll say, no, that's like, no, you shouldn't do it like that. That ain't the best idea. You put more of a burden on yourself. You should do this, which will be better for you. So that's why counsel is important, because you might be thinking that you're doing something that's cool when it's not cool. And then when you get counsel and the bro tell you, like, no, don't do that. You need to do it like this. Then you'll be like, then you understand. You want to do the right thing now, instead of doing it how you thought was going to be okay, which would have ended up not being okay. You sought counsel first before your actions, like it says in Sirach. And now you're going to make the right choice. You got the counsel from a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he's telling you to do this or that, which is the right thing to do. Alright? Because in Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So your heart, which is your mind, alright, you might think that it's deceitful. So you may feel that in your head, in your mind, the way you feel about it, you may feel that it's all good, that it's perfectly fine, and it may not even be going off in the scriptures to do whatever you want to do. Yet it's not the best thing for you. It's not beneficial for you. The scriptures speak about not all things basically are expedient for all men. And how do you know what's expedient for you? Because the heart is deceitful above all things, right? So you might think that something that's not expedient for you that you're doing, you might think that that's cool, but then when another bro counsels you, he's telling you, nah, man, you need to fall back. That ain't cool, man. Like, don't do that. That ain't good for you, because I can see it from the outside. That shit fucking you up. You need to fall back. All right, and that would be better for you if you just don't even do that. Like, just stay away from that, and then you'll actually be better, in my opinion. All right, as far as like a counsel from another brother, and then when you do take heed from that brother's counsel, you'll see that it's actually good counsel. Because the brothers they're looking over you, like the scriptures say. Brothers are here to watch over our souls, man. Because brothers that are sincere in this truth, they don't want you to fuck up and be just a demon and bug out and just be a lowlife. Brothers want you to do good. They want you to be in the spirit, man. They want you to do what you need to do and do things that is going to be expedient for you. All right, not things that's going to put more of a burden on yourself, and that's just not going to be anything that's good for you. So it all goes back to examining yourselves, like I went into in in 2 Corinthians 13:5, and then goes back to seeking counsel. So that's very important, man. Seeking counsel and examining yourselves, man, because everything isn't expedient for everyone. And even though you feel a certain way about something, it's not always, your way isn't always the right way. All right, and you got to keep that in mind. Even if you may not agree at that very moment with whatever counsel you get, that's okay. But I bet if you did it, even though if it's not going off, all right, and you listen to that brother's counsel, that's the real man of the Lord, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, ultimately it's going to be beneficial for you at the end, because he wouldn't tell you to do anything that will fuck you up. So you gotta always just examine yourself, man. Use reason. All right, because like it says in the etymology of reason, if you're not doing that, you're being a brute beast. All right, the degree of intelligence that distinguishes men from brute beasts, from brutes, and that's what the men of the Lord do. We're different from these 2/3 niggas out here. Why? Because we use the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to discern what we're going to do before we do it. We don't just act first, we think before we act. Alright, so that's what brothers gotta do, man. So I hope that lesson, that's pretty much all I was saying, I had to say on that. But I hope it was edifying. And brothers, whenever you my advice personally would be, before you doing, like it says in Sirach, before you do anything, just seek counsel. Even if it's not going off, even if it's not a big deal, still just seek counsel, because it may be a better way to do whatever you were about to do, or you may not even be making the best decision when you could be making a better decision. So you always got to keep these things in mind and in its proper perspective, man. You don't have to literally get counsel about everything. Oh, should I get these pair of shoes or those pair of shoes? No, don't be an asshole, but you know what I mean. Alright, seek counsel about things that are serious, man. Like something like if you're about to move into another apartment or something, or if you're thinking about getting a new car, or if you're thinking about doing something that's more serious. Alright, things that are a big deal as far as like playing an effect on your life. You gotta seek counsel, man, just to make sure that you're stepping in the right direction. Alright, so with that, I hope the lesson was edifying, and I'm going to say Shalom.